Hi, it's Steve and Caleb from Brownells, and if you work on guns, have we got something for you today? Caleb, lay it out.
Steve, here it is. I'm gonna turn it a little bit so the camera can see it a little bit better here, which, you know, things you should do before the video starts, but
smoothly
here it
pivot
is.
it.
All right. This is the new Brownells Gunsmith Vise. I say new, depending on when you're watching this video. But yeah, this is the new hotness in gunsmith vices.
Right, right.
So Brownells hasn't made a vise in a little bit.
No, we have not, and we had to go looking for this one.
We had to look for this one. So this one is made of the finest in Chinese metals you could. I'm kidding. This vise is actually made by Hewer, manufactured by Hewer in Germany. We import these bad boys, made to our specs here. And yeah, it's just a great quality German vise. It's not cast. Everything, all the steel's forged. These jaws that you're probably not going to use much for gunsmithing or surface hardened, but they're there if you need to clamp something. Don't try to like press checker your wooden stocks with these and stuff. So not only that, it has this. If you look at this shroud here, this shroud covers the spindle, and then there's an E-track down here. All drop forged, right? That this thing runs on, so the actual clamping is super precise. Like if you can control the movement of those jaws, and there's no slop in them.
Yeah,
like,
that's a nice change. So
yesterday I put a screw in here, clamped down on the screw, and then was filing on the screw head, and it didn't go anywhere. And I was using one of these aluminum inserts so that I was gripping it by the threads, and it held it perfectly. So I mean, it's insane, Steve.
This vise is found on many a gunsmith's bench in Europe. I've seen a lot of them in pictures, and a lot of other craftspeople who have to assemble things and do handwork. Yeah,
and I'm a vise snob. I feel like my go-to vise is a Wilton Machinist vise, and this thing does everything I need it to do.
Takes up a lot less room.
Takes up a lot less room.
As far as height and width and all that.
Listen, the Wilton's a great vise, but this one is significantly more affordable.
True.
So, I mean, if I were gonna buy a new vise, having all the options laid out, this would definitely be at the top of my list. Let's talk about some of the accessories. There's this giant thing over here. Maybe you've seen that sitting over here, wondering what the heck. This is actually a hydraulic lift for it.
Yeah.
So this is indeed hydraulic. So you would actually mount this to the table, and you can raise your vise up and down. So if you have like a low table, or you just need to raise your workpiece or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to stand and work.
Yeah, you can get one of those, and the hydraulic portion of it actually swivels 360, so you can use that to turn the vise as well, which is super convenient. So if you're doing a lot of stuff where you need to like manipulate that vise up, down, quick swivels, then that's definitely the add-on to get. Bases for the vise, Steve. We got your traditional here. This one you bolt directly into the table, right? And to not put like more holes in the table, I use the clamp on this one.
Handy feature.
It is, and one of the reasons I kind of clamped this one down, we've had this for a little less than a week in here, and I just wanted to see how it held up. But as you can see, it just clamps to the table.
Right.
And it hasn't moved on me at all. I put a good bit of torque on it and stuff. And
I was working on it this morning. It didn't move an inch.
Perfect.
Didn't move a millimeter.
Didn't move a millimeter.
This being German made.
Yeah, he went full metric system. So, yeah, let me clamp this back down before I start talking again and it falls off and injures me. I'm not worried about the vise.
And you've got a good distance between jaws if you open that thing all the way up, so you can get some pretty big pieces in there if you have to.
Yeah, and speaking of which, the jaw width itself is 4 3/4 inch across.
Right.
And the opening, I have no idea. Like, I don't even know what the opening is on this thing, but it's a lot. It's wider than you'll need for gun work for sure.
I hope so.
I mean, look at that. That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm not at the end of the travel yet, but I don't want to move my chair. So that's
6 inches at least.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's more additions you can kind of get for this thing. You have all these different jaw inserts. You got plastic, aluminum. This one looks like a, maybe that's a micarta?
Yeah, I think so.
Rubber.
Compressed fiber here.
Compressed fiber.
Of some kind.
Steve, there are more jaws than Shark Week for this thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you really say that?
They begged me not to, but I did it anyway.
Oh my God.
So yeah, now that I've kind of thrown myself off by making terrible dad jokes, yeah, that's the Brownells Gunsmith Vise.
Now this one on the end there, that insert, those jaws.
Yep.
Those are a polymer of some kind, very tough. I used those this morning to grasp the barrel of a Colt Python, and it did not move at all when I was working on it. And I pounded on it pretty hard. Well, not really, but it was just a perfect fit. Just boom.
Yeah, and all these jaws are magnetic. There's like a super,
yeah,
super
forgot
duper
about that.
magnet in there, and they just clamp right on. So.
And the screws are accessible if you want to remove it. They're accessible from the outside.
Yes, screws here and here. So you don't, like on a lot of vices, you have to like open it up and come in at an angle because for whatever reason they put the face of the screw in the jaw, which always blew my mind. But yeah, these are on the outside, so super easy to get to.
And if you're outfitted with a milling machine or something, you can make your own jaws, your specialty jaws if you want to.
Yep, yep. So you can definitely do that. Just take some aluminum stock, drill a couple of holes in them. And a cool idea would be to like drill and tap the top of them for common screw sizes, so you can just work on different gun screws, clean up the heads and stuff without even having to clamp it. That's what I had on my old Wilson. So we should do. Yeah, we should do that to this thing at some point. So yeah, I mean that's. Oh, it also says guaranteed unbreakable right here. I'll turn it back so you can see it. Listen, yeah.
Don't issue any challenges here.
This is a German company that made this and kind of put that on there, okay?
Yeah, but some of these guys are pretty strong.
I know. Listen, they underestimate the power of the redneck, so, I mean, you may be able to, it's not.
The power of the Cajun.
It's set, yeah, listen, it says that on there. Do not take that as a challenge. Just know that that's just saying it's really strong, okay? Please don't buy this to break it. But if you do, we've got more.
Right. So basically what you got is a first-class vise made in Germany, about half the price of a Wilton, and as big as you really need to have for most gunsmithing projects. Yeah. You don't really need more than that. And if you want to customize it, you can add on any of these jaws, this hydraulic lift, whatever, and get it to work in your shop the way you want to work.
Yeah, and that's all there is to it. So obviously available at brownells.com.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.